The temperature gauge on your left-hand panel is climbing. It's not an alarm, not yet. It's just a number creeping up past the red line you've never seen it cross before. Outside your window, there is only blackness and a crescent Earth, impossibly small and far away. You are 270,000 miles from home, and the heat shield, the only thing that will get you through the fire of re-entry, is showing stress cracks. But this did not start here. Let us go back to the beginning. You are in the suit-up room at Kennedy Space Center. The white walls are bright under the fluorescent lights. The technicians move around you with a quiet focus, checking seals, tapping gauges. The smell is pure oxygen and clean linen. You can hear the hum of the building's systems, a constant background noise you stopped noticing months ago. They help you into the couch, the heavy helmet locking into the neck ring with a solid clunk. The world outside the visor narrows, your breathing is loud in your own ears. They wheel you out, flat on your back, and the ceiling tiles slide by overhead. You see the sky through an open door, a perfect clear blue. You are going up into that. The ride out to the pad is quiet. Just the rumble of the transfer van, then you see it, the Saturn V. It isn't a machine. It's a skyscraper. It's a white pillar against the blue, steam venting from its sides like it's breathing. The scale of it never gets normal. You think of the years, the thousands of people who touched every bolt, every wire, every line of code. You think of your family, watching from the bleachers, their hands probably clasped tight. You are not just a pilot today. You are a vessel for the work of a nation. Everything you have done, every simulation, every test has been to prove you can carry that weight. The elevator ride up is long. You step out onto the swing arm, the metal gridwork under your boots. The wind is up here. You take one last look at the flat Florida landscape, the rivers and marshes shining in the sun. Then you duck inside the command module. It's small, cramped. Every surface is covered in switches, dials, panels. It smells like metal and electronics. You strap in, lying on your back. The hatch is sealed. The world is reduced to this cabin, your two crewmates, and the voices in your headset from the launch control center. The countdown is a series of calls, calm and precise. Your heart is a drum in your chest. This is it, the point of no return. Ignition is not a sound. It's a deep, subsonic vibration that comes up through the couch and fills your bones. For a second, nothing happens. You are holding your breath. Then the hold-down clamps release and you are moving. Slowly at first, like a building detaching from its foundations. Then the acceleration presses you down. The sky in the small window above you goes from blue to deep blue to black. The stages separate with a jolt and a bang. The G-forces build, then fall away, and suddenly it's quiet. The engine cuts off. You are weightless. A checklist floats past your face. You grab it. The first order of business is to separate from the spent rocket stage, turn around and dock with the lunar module, which has been riding behind you. You maneuver the ship, a slow, careful ballet. The Earth is in your window now, a glorious swirling marble of blue and white. You've seen the pictures, but the pictures are lies. This is alive. This is home. You stare for a minute, just feeling the sheer, silent distance you have already created. The dock is smooth. A solid clunk latches engaging. You are now one ship, command module, service module, lunar module. You are pointed toward the moon. A long burn of the engine sets you on the path. For 3 days you coast. The routine sets in. You eat paste from a tube. You sleep floating in a bag. You look at the stars, which do not twinkle here. They are hard, brilliant pinpoints in a velvet black. The silence is absolute. The only sounds are the fans, the pumps, the occasional crackle from Houston. It is peaceful. It is the most alone anyone has ever been. 2 days in, you notice something. A master alarm. A brief, sharp light. You and your crewmates check the systems. Nothing seems wrong. The computer has reset itself. Mission Control reviews the data. A minor glitch, they say, probably a random cosmic particle hitting a computer chip. It happens, you note it in the log and move on. Later, during a routine systems check, you see a pressure reading in one of the oxygen tanks. It's a little high, not in the red, just higher than yesterday. You mention it. Houston runs the numbers. The tank is behaving within parameters, they tell you. It's probably just a sensor reading a bit off from the temperature change. You watch it for an hour. It stays steady. You file it away. You are 55 hours into the mission. You are farther from Earth than any human has ever been. You are doing a live TV broadcast, showing people the inside of the ship, floating a camera around. It feels normal. Routine, you are almost bored. You finish the broadcast. Capcom says goodnight. The plan is to get some sleep. You are starting to stow the camera. Then it happens. It's not an explosion. It's a deep, muffled bang. The entire spacecraft shudders. The lights flicker. For a second, you think you've been hit by something. An alarm blares, a master caution and warning. Then another and another. The panel in front of you lights up like a Christmas tree. Warning lights for electrical systems, for fuel cells, for guidance. Your eyes scan, trying to find the source. One of your crewmates calls out a pressure loss. Oxygen tank 2. The needle is at 0, and tank 1 is starting to fall. But this is not the main problem. The main problem is the view out the window. You see it because space is a perfect vacuum. You see a cloud of sparkling particles, like snow, streaming past the glass. It is beautiful and horrifying. It is the ship's oxygen. Your oxygen venting into space. The ship gives another lurch. The attitude control thrusters fire, trying to correct a spin you can't even feel yet. The Earth, which was in the window a moment ago, is now spinning slowly, then faster. You are tumbling, you report it. Your voice is calm, because training is all you have left. Houston, we've had a problem. The words are flat, factual. You list what you see: the venting, the dead tank, the falling pressure in the second tank, the electrical buses going offline. The ship is dying around you. The next hour is a blur of pure procedure. You fight the spin. You shut down systems to save power. The command module, your only way home, is going dark. You power it down completely. It becomes a cold, silent shell. You and your crewmates move into the lunar module. It is built for 2 men to land on the moon for 2 days. It is now the lifeboat for 3 men to survive a 4-day journey home. You power up its systems. Its small engine was meant for landing. Now it is your only engine to get you on a path back to Earth. The numbers do not look good. The lunar module has enough oxygen, but the filters to scrub carbon dioxide are square. The command module has round filters. They are not compatible. In about 2 days, you will slowly suffocate on your own breath. There is not enough water. The power is limited. You will get very, very cold. And then there is the heat shield. Mission Control asks you to do a visual check. Using the docking telescope, you maneuver until you can see the side of the service module where the explosion happened. You see a whole panel blown off. Wires and tubing are dangling into space. You report what you see. There is a long silence from Houston. They are thinking what you are thinking. The explosion was right next to the heat shield. Did the blast damage it? Did a piece of shrapnel punch a hole in it? There is no way to know. You cannot go outside and look. The heat shield is on the bottom of the command module, the side that will face the inferno of re-entry. If it is compromised, even slightly, you will not burn up gradually. You will be torn apart in an instant. You are now a test pilot for a scenario no one ever tested. Every burn of the lunar module engine is a calculated risk. You use it to swing around the moon, using its gravity to slingshot you back toward Earth. As you pass behind the moon, you lose contact with Houston. For the longest 30 minutes of your life, you are utterly alone. The moon fills the window, a vast, pockmarked desert. It is magnificent. It is utterly indifferent. You complete the burn on time. When you come around the other side, Houston's signal is the best sound you have ever heard. The days crawl by. It is freezing. Condensation covers every surface, every wire. It is so cold you can see your breath. You are thirsty. You ration the water. You are tired. But sleep is hard in the cold. The carbon dioxide is building up. You can feel it as a headache, a tightness in your chest. On the ground, engineers are frantically figuring out how to make a square filter fit a round hole using only what you have on board. Plastic bags, cardboard, tape, a sock. They read you the instructions. You build it. It looks ridiculous. It works. You think about the normal moments. The slight pressure reading in the oxygen tank. The single master alarm that reset itself. You had all the data. The story was already being written. You just couldn't read it yet. The time comes to jettison the dead service module. You float back into the cold command module and power up the minimal systems needed for the separation. Through the window, you watch it drift away. And you finally see the damage. An entire bay is missing. a tangled mess of metal where machinery should be, and there, clearly visible, is the base of the heat shield. You stare, looking for cracks, for holes. It looks intact, but from here, you cannot tell. No one can. You close the hatch to the lunar module for the last time. You say goodbye to your lifeboat. You watch it drift off into the void. Now it is just you, in the silent command module which is slowly coming back to life. You point the blunt end toward Earth. You are a stone being thrown at a planet. The re-entry blackout is the longest 4 minutes of your life. The plasma builds up outside, a fireball hotter than the sun. It blocks all radio signals. All you can do is ride it out and hope the shield holds. You feel the G's building. 4, 5, 6 times the force of gravity. It feels like an elephant sitting on your chest. The window is a solid sheet of brilliant orange flame. You are inside a meteor. The G's ease. The fire outside fades to pink, then to black. Static crackles in your headset, then a voice. Odyssey, this is Houston. Do you read? You answer. Your voice is rough. 3 parachutes bloom above you, 3 perfect white flowers against the blue sky. You see the ocean below. You splash down. The ship rocks in the waves. You are home. You are picked up by the recovery crew. You are weak, dehydrated, cold to the core. You sit on the deck of the aircraft carrier, wrapped in a blanket, watching as they lift the command module on board. It is blackened, scarred from its journey through fire. You look at the heat shield. It is intact. It did its job. You survived. But you never look at a routine number, a minor alarm, the same way again. You understand now that space is not empty. It is full of silent, waiting facts. And sometimes, all that stands between you and them is a piece of material no thicker than your hand and a story you only learn how to read on the way back down. You just survived Apollo 13. To understand how close it came, you need to hear about the mission where the door almost blew open. POV, you're 200 miles up and the space station airlock is jammed shut.